Good morning, everyone. Aloha. How's it going, everyone? Ian, Joe, Cisco, Raj, how we doing? I have to apologize. We're gonna have only a half-hour session this morning. Oh, I've got to go get more stuff done at the doctor's, but I want to prepare you guys. I want to talk to you a little bit about, um, you know, volatility and things like that. Let's just break this down real quick. Our overnight session, our inventory is long, okay? Now, why is the inventory long? Inventory is long because the value area is above the close. So 70% at least, maybe 80 with this green stuff, is long over the close. We've had inventory corrections down, but you can definitely see that this morning that the inventory under 66.26 is being taken and sold up above. So once again, normal market operations. You have a liquidation, and then you take that inventory and you sell it at night higher to get rid of it. Okay? Pretty simple. All right. We had a big range yesterday, another big range, right? We've had big ranges all the way down. The destination on this chart for large traders, we had a look above and fail of 67.88. The destination is 65.47. Failure to get to that destination will mean rotation back up. Okay? What are we rotating? We're rotating inventory. What is inventory? Inventory is the inventory of goods that the chart represents. In this case, it is ES contracts. Okay? Let's go take a look at, see, the overnight point of control is above yesterday's close. Right? Our low down here is when we took that G low. A little bit of selling came out, but that attracted buyers and they came in hot and heavy. All right, so we had liquidation yesterday and we have NVIDIA earnings today, don't we? Is it today, NVIDIA, right? It's Wednesday. So I've got my balance zones here. Balance zones are 26 and 3/4 to 32. Okay, and double them to 43, double them again to 65. The 1 minute chart's telling the tail really quite well. Right? All of this inventory under VWAP is now being sold above VWAP for profit. Okay? Everyone with me so far? Okay. So right now, would you trade this? No, I'm not going to repeat myself, Harris, if you're late. Just rewind the video, brother. Okay? Sorry. You got to be on time, man. Okay? So, here we're doing a look below and fail of 43 1/4. Okay, I only have half an hour this morning. So, I have to I have to go quick. Okay, there are sellers here, right? We're in distribution, okay? So we are in distribution above VWAP. Now, if you guys have been listening, and I'm not sure if anyone has been, but we are in distribution, and distribution means that the large size traders who have 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 contracts, whatever it may be, right? Their cost basis is in that blue box, 26 to 32. Now, if you don't understand what cost basis is, it means how much did you pay for the stuff that you're selling. It's pretty simple, okay? If you have a cost basis down here at 26 to 32, maybe 34, you're selling it at 43, you're doing pretty damn good if you do it on 1,000 contracts. Do the math, okay? We are bringing in some buyers now. Let's see if we can take out that 46. What you're looking for today is, and what we're always looking for is rotations, right? This market is going to be rotational and volatile going into the next 6 weeks. You are going to have to watch yourself and trade. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about why. Okay. Remember how I've been telling you when is month end? Somebody give me an answer within 30 seconds, please. Wednesday. So if you are a large trader and you have to cover a lot of contracts or do some kind of business, you will have to do it, right? There you go. You have to do it before Wednesday because you're not going to be able to trade size on the very last day. So you have to do the work before. It's like when kids do their homework at the last minute, it never turns out very well. So if you have to buy back size or you have to sell size or whatever you're doing, you're going to be doing it now. Thanks, Ian. Right? You're going to be doing it now. So you have a compressed time frame to accomplish your agenda. Remember, guys, that none of this stuff is random. It's a business. And in business, you have to have an agenda in business, right? People don't go into business and go, I'm just going to randomly make some money, right? That's not how life works. That's not how the world works. So large market participants have an agenda. They have to get that done before Wednesday. They will be doing it this week, and they might run over you to get whatever they need done. That's why you're going to have big candles. That's why the order book is thin, because nobody is showing their hand, okay? So think about a year now, right? Say you have the end of the year is coming and you haven't had a great quarter. So before Thanksgiving and after Thanksgiving going into December, you are going to have to make some moves. Those moves may be violent. And if we are retail traders, we have to be a little bit more aware of the environment that we're trying to do business in. We can't just be whistling Dixie going do 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 do, right? And then, have somebody a predator come and eat us, right? You got to be on your toes. So you want to trade less, you want to size down, right? What do smart people do when things are unclear? When smart people see an unclear situation, risk, really low risk, right? Trade the micro, watch. For my traders, my $5,000, $10,000 a day traders, right? You have to manage your risk going into the last 6 weeks. Like, I've got one trader and he's $1 million a year trader, and he's going to have to manage his risk so he doesn't give back any of those gains, right? Large fund managers who have made a lot of money this year are now going to chill out and just let things go, right? They're going to trim and add and stuff like that, but they're not going to be making any big moves before the end of the year, right? So if you have made $200-300 million this year, you're not going to be screwing around, okay? Does that make sense? You're going to enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. You're going to enjoy your Christmas, right? Yeah, exactly. See, Cisco, you've made money this year. Why would you give it back in the last 4 weeks? It's got to make sense. So now that means you guys have to be more careful because we are scavengers, right? We are scavengers. We follow the large animal, the predator, and when they kill something, we eat, right? But you just don't want to be the one that's eaten. Exactly. This is a great time to watch, learn, replay, trade on the sim. And you know what was a great time to learn? This is a great time to learn business discipline. Because more important than market profile and order flow and all of those things is business discipline. Because if you don't learn and understand how to run a disciplined business, you're never going to make any money. Or if you do get lucky and make some money, you're going to give it all back. Right? So now's the time that you really got to drill down on your discipline. Do I take a trade right now? If I looked at this right now, I can see that there's a bit of a balance zone here, right? There's a balance zone here. This is a distribution balance zone. So is this tradable? You can clearly see that there's a seller at 46, 47, right? So would you be going long? Probably not. Now, shorting, if we get under 43, sure, you could take a short of 42, right? Put your stop above this candle. Now, where are you going to cover? If you were short 42 and 3/4 43. You should put one buy order here, just under 42, right? I would, if you're feeling really like spending money, you can put your stop here. But once it comes back up over 43 1/4, what happened? You lost your seller, right? You lost your seller, right? Your seller was here, right? The seller came down here, but then the seller moved up. Does this help you visualize? If I take this bar and I move it with the ask, right? You lost your seller. The seller's going like this. You're down here. The seller's moving the price up. So you lost your seller. So that short trade doesn't make any sense, right? Does that make sense? You guys get this? Right? If you're a short seller, you need this to be happening, right? If the seller is lifting, if the ask is lifting, that means the sellers have identified that buyers are willing to pay more and they're going to raise price, right? Now, let's see if they raise price up to 47, right? They sold here before, here, here, here. They let it go up to 47. See how they came? It went above this white line. Now it's going to go back and forth. Watch. So if you're a short seller, right? If you're a really fast trader, if you were short here and it didn't work out, you'd go, oh crap, look below and fail at 43, and you'd buy it as soon as you see that. But you got to be quick and you got to be dialed in. And 99% of the time, you're going to miss this long. But that's okay. That's how business works. You can't get every trade, right? So you understand that this is a more difficult trading environment than normal. So as a new trader, you want to sit, you want to watch, you want to take notes, you want to journal your trades. See how there was a seller at 47? We went there to the penny, to the tick, and the market came down. Right now we have a rotation between, say, 42.5 and 46.47. That is a rotation to get rid of inventory. The sellers own the product underneath 34. They're selling it at 45. There's not enough buyers to sell it at 51. So along, you're limited a bit, right? And if you're a short seller, you know that they stop selling around 42. Now you have some information that you can work with. You know they're selling here, and then they stop selling here. So now you understand the market's going to go like this until more customers come in to change that dynamic. Get it? So you'll sell, they'll be selling here, and they stop selling when the market gets under 43.25. Yeah, now up at 52, which is our high, 52 half, that's our high. That's where we have a poor high. That's where the sellers were competing. Look below and fail traders, you know that there's going to be supply because there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of supply above us. So we're going to have to really, really manage. You have to manage yourself in a very disciplined manner in this kind of market action, because if you don't, you're going to get into all sorts of trouble. This is the time where a lot of traders blow up their accounts, Thanksgiving and Christmas, because they're trying to make money to pay for those things. Don't look to the market to pay for your Christmas. Don't look for the market to pay for your Thanksgiving. It is delusional, right? You have to do good business. You have no choice, right? You either do good business or you get eliminated. There's no, right? I would really, right? You're going to have to wait. Right now, I've been watching this. Yeah, I would look for a look below and fail of 32, Jiraj, right? Knowing that now you've been away for a while, right? So you've been away. I would just sit and watch the market today. I would sit, watch, make notes, be disciplined, right? Don't look for trades just yet because you've been away. If you're away from the market and you come back to it, don't just jump in and start trading because you don't know what the hell's going on. You know? Just sit and watch. And you guys are going to have to embrace the frustration. Okay? This is going to be one of the most frustrating times of the year to trade, if it hasn't already been since September. Make sure that you don't get caught up with the rest of the undisciplined bad business people. Okay? Right? You've got to just be on the ball. Okay? Just be on the ball. Don't do anything crazy. Right? When we have rotations during accumulation and distribution, do we still go for the look below and fail of the previous lows in that rotation? It all depends, Joe. That's the problem. There's no hard and fast rule. That's why you have a trade setup. Joe, if you're not a profitable trader, I would be careful with the look below and fail of previous lows. Like the low of the day or the low of the overnight, be very careful because there's a lot of order flow at that level. If you rewatch the videos that I did the last couple of days, we had look below and fails of the overnight low, and you'll see that I use the candle charts to guide. So you wait for the look below and fail of the overnight low, and then you use the the levels. Remember how I said let it clean out the suckers before you take the trade? Does that make sense? Am I understanding your question correctly? Okay, cool. Yeah. And if you're not calm, don't trade. Like if you're anxious or if you're like, I got to get this done, just step away from the computer because it's not going to serve you. Okay? It's not going to serve you. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling pressured, right? Just leave it alone. Really leave it alone. Okay? There's going to be a lot of times that you're going to have to leave it alone in the next 6 weeks. And I know that's frustrating. Okay? You can't trade in an excited state. Okay? You're going to make bad decisions. Like right here, nothing to do. Right? Be smart. Don't get suckered into bad decisions. Okay? Notice little things like this. Details. K period could not take the J high. There's a seller there. Right? There they are. They're right there. Right? So, if you were long and you know that there's going to be a seller there, sell some. Take profits. You know, like if you're a longer term trader and you were long cost basis 33 and you're distributing up here, well, then you can clearly sell. See, 47.48, there's a wall of selling. So you want to make sure you get rid of your inventory before somebody else takes your clients. Okay? Oh, hey, P, you're going to have to just sit and watch, my friend. You're going to just have to sit and watch the streams. It's going to take some time. The top of the candles is where the sellers are. That's all you need to know. Don't overthink it. There's always more than one seller. and they're at the top of the candle, and they're all competing. That's why you can't get above 47. When those sellers see buyers, they'll raise price. It does not get any more simple than that. Write that down and repeat it to yourself 1,000 times, P. When sellers see buyers, they raise price. When sellers see buyers, they raise price. When sellers see buyers, they raise price. Don't think about anything else. Repeat that to yourself at least 1,000 times. Then you will understand price action. When sellers don't see buyers, there's more than one seller always. They're going to compete and lower price because they want to get rid of their inventory, their stuff, what they bought at a lower price. That's how business works. If you can maintain those two thoughts in your head, you're going to do much better at this. Okay? All right? Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Trade smart. Okay? Come visit us at the Trading Syndicate. I am only doing a half an hour this morning because I got to run. Today we're doing the market profile webinar at 11 o'clock. For my coaching students, I am not going to be around for the morning. Okay? Apologies, but I'm going to be kind of around, and my schedule might be a little messed up today because I'm just waiting for a doctor's appointment. So you got to run when they call you. You know what it's like. Thanks, everyone. We will see you in Globex. Please trade safe. Appreciate you guys. Bye for now.